NHL regular season recap, night 128. We kick things off with the first of just 3 games between the Blue Jackets and Buffalo Sabres. A good little goalie duel here between Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Daniil Tarasov. 1 goal either way in the first period from Dmitry Voronkov on the power play, and then Zemgus Girgensons about 4 minutes after Voronkov's goal ties us at 1. No goals in the second. It did look like Damon Severson had scored with just a few minutes left on a breakaway, but it turned out that the puck hit like that perfect corner between the crossbar and post, and it did not cross the line completely, so we stayed knotted at 1 after 2 periods, and then in the third, just 3 minutes in, Connor Clifton with a seeing eye shot from the point that went off of, I believe, the back of Zach Werenski, ends up finding the back of the net, and that is your eventual game winner. It's a 2-1 victory for Buffalo. UPL goes 25 for 26, a .962 save percentage. He's been playing pretty solid lately, and then Daniil Tarasov, 35 for 37. Definitely the busier of the 2 goalies, but the slightly lower of the 2 save percentages with a .946. Again, a good goalie duel here. UPL gets it done. It's a 2-1 final for Buffalo. Third and final game of the night between the Oilers and Minnesota Wild, and Minnesota with a huge win in this one. Matt Boldy opens the scoring with 23 seconds remaining in the first. Leon Draisaitl ties us up in the second about halfway through, and we head to the third at 1 apiece. But in the third, it's all Minnesota despite getting outshot 24-7 by Edmonton in the third frame. Jonas Brodin scores about halfway through the period. A few minutes after that, Matt Boldy scores his second of the game to make it 3-1 Minnesota. Zach Hyman would score to make it 3-2 with about 5 minutes to go, and then Matt Zuccarello on the empty net with about 90 seconds to play again. This is a massive win for Minnesota. They're still trying to crawl back into the playoffs. For Edmonton, this is a tough loss. They outshoot them handily, but Philip Gustafsson just far better than Calvin Pickard in this one. He goes 41 for 43, a .953 save percentage, one of his best games of the year, while Cal Pickard just goes 16 for 19, an .842 save percentage in the losing effort. This is why this guy was in the American Hockey League not too long ago. It's a tough loss for Edmonton. They're not really in any danger at this point. It's a massive win, though, for Minnesota. 4-2 is the final, and that is it for NHL regular season recap night 128. We have a massive and really good slate tomorrow. A ton of games with pretty good playoff implications, some really strong teams facing off against each other, some wild card teams facing off against each other. So it's going to be a banger of a Saturday. Lock in for it. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night.